So what I'm trying to do here is emulate the Cubism style by Pablo Picasso. He made a lot of interesting portraits in this style. I don't completely understand it. It seems to be using a variety of geometric shapes to make something that at least vaguely resembles a human face. I am trying to emulate that here, although I don't think that I did a very good job. I mean, I tried to make it easier on myself, as you can see here, as I position the hair in such a way that I don't have to draw a second eye. Believe me, I'm more of a video maker and a writer than any kind of artist. But I can draw shapes, so I decided to go with this as one of my discovery projects. So here I'm working on the hair. I'm dividing it up with a crease to lend to that geometric pattern. I've positioned the eye with a lot of straight edges. There's some round parts just so that it resembles an eye, but I'm just trying to break things up into smaller pieces like he did, separating the face into 4 here. For the record, all of this is unscripted speaking, so if it doesn't sound very good, I can't really do much about that. I did the drawing first, and now I'm talking over it. So here I'm doing the second layer of the hair. Again, a lot of straight edges, geometric. The neck is just a plain trapezoid. There's some negative space in there. I'll fill that in later. So here you can take a look at it for a bit. Finishing touches. Now, all of his works were paintings. Some of them were sculptures, I believe. But I am just using a black marker here to fill in the line work. A lot of his lines were somewhat wobbly or jagged, so I'm not trying to be as precise as I was with the pencil. I'm just doing everything in one stroke if I can. Drawing with gloves is pretty hard, but I mean, that's what you do when you're like me and you're paranoid and think that someone will recognize you on the internet by your hands. I have no idea where this video is going to end up. It's not like I can control that. I just don't want people finding me. So I'm having to turn the paper around a lot to do this. The camera angle's not very good. I apologize for that. I don't have a proper stand. Now, when it came to color, I do not have any paint because paint is expensive and I didn't want to use it for this one thing. What I do have instead are crowns, because despite my crackly, deep baritone voice here and my developing arthritis, I am practically still a child. So here I'm starting with the eye. I decided to make it green, covered in the pupil with black. I decided to make the face at least vaguely resemble something with skin color. You can see that I'm taking a long time to decide here, so I just made one part of it brown. I figured that I would make the lower half a little darker because maybe there would be some shadow there. But orange is mostly close enough to brown in terms of like a color hex edit or something. Made the lips red. I noticed that when it came to small details like lips or eyes, he would at least try to keep those somewhat more realistic, but when it came to other things like skin or hair, he kind of just went all over the place. He did whatever he wanted. So we got 4 different colors on the face here, one for each different side. Maybe a little hard to see that last one in the top left. And colored in the nose with a little something red. And now I start working on the negative space there, a little bit darker, lighter on the neck because it's not completely shadowed by the hair. And now we start working on the hair proper. I just picked purple, I'm not sure why, just wanted something with a lot of contrast to the face. Starting on the second layer, pick something a little more light because that would be on the outside, maybe that's where the light's hitting it better. And then, I guess that's supposed to be either her skin or her shirt, you decide. I had no idea while I was making this. So then I just made pink hair on the other side, something a little lighter. And some magenta red on the outer layer. So that's basically it. That's the finished thing, but I'm also going to fill in the background here at the end. He usually had some dark backgrounds, I guess, to make things pop. This doesn't really look very good in crown when compared to, well, paint. but again, I don't have a canvas, I don't have the money to buy paint. Here's the finished thing. Here's a little overhead shot of it. This is legitimately the worst thing that I have ever drawn. You can tell me if you think that it emulates his style well. If you want to take a picture of it or show it to anyone, fine. Just don't claim that you made it, because no one will want to be your friend. It is awful. I am so sorry. Anyway, I'd like to say that this was an interesting experience, but I found it more confusing than anything else. I'd very much like to just go back to the research as soon as possible, but I've got one more of these things, so let's hope that the next one goes a little bit better. Thanks for watching.